Hello everybody and welcome to DRL TV. I'm your host tonight, James Pandoff. With me tonight we have a special guest in Alexander Russell. How are you doing today, sir?
Well, I'm doing pretty good. It's just a shame I could not be on track tonight. I've had some problems going on with the wheel.
Well, we definitely hope you get that taken care of by next week. You're in the playoff hunt and hopefully you'll be able to make that come September.
Yeah, it's definitely been a setback, but I hope I can get it fixed up and ready for playoffs.
As we're currently in the middle of qualifying, we see Wade Houston on track. He's currently sitting on the pole with the 28.446. That was his first lap. We'll see if he gains anything on his second lap. Watching through practice, Alexander, who have you been keeping your eye on? Who do you think is going to be pretty competitive tonight?
Well, based on what I've been seeing, Wade Houston's at a real fast car. He's able to get through the corners well. Caden Honeycutt's been pretty consistent, able to really get through the turns. Doesn't look at all loose for him. He's just hitting it right, the marks every time.
As we see, Caden Honeycutt's just now rolling off pit road with a little under 3 minutes left in qualifying. He's got a nice patriotic paint scheme going on. Let's stay with him as he's going to attempt his first qualifying lap. We're right on board with the cockpit view. You see him starting high in 3 and 4. He's trying to get all that speed he can as he comes off the corner. A little bobble there, but that doesn't seem to hurt him. Caution line now to begin lap number 1.
Parks it hard into the turn. He's not getting into the very bottom groove because that's kind of banked the opposite way. So that second groove is mainly the line. A little bit of a loose on exit of turn 2, braking just after the 1. Get as much speed into the turn, holding it as tight as you possibly can to that apex. Getting onto the gas, cutting out right to the wall, and that's a lap of New Hampshire.
He did have a little bobble there before the line. He had to let off the gas. Currently second with the 28.543, and it looks like that's all it is for Caden Honeycutt as he pulls off the track. Let's see who else is on the track. Richard Lucky just completed his qualifying efforts. He's currently third. Michael Evans sitting on the track. I believe he did his qualifying laps as he's currently 11th with a 28.754. We see who else do we have on the track right now? Do you see anyone else?
Bill Edwards has just completed his laps, and Adam de Blasio, I think. He's right now going to start his first attempt.
As you see Adam de Blasio on your screen, he's coming to the line right now. Entering turn 1, diving it down there, staying in the second to third lane. Nice arc off that corner. Looked a little sideways onto the backstretch, but he seems to recover nicely. Dives it down in turn 3. He's up into the third lane there. Coming off of turn 4, let's see what kind of lap time he puts down. There's 20 seconds remaining in qualifying. He will complete his lap time.
And that puts him to the top of the board with the 28.337.
Great lap time for him as he puts into that inside wall after completing his lap time. Looking at the board, it looks like 2 drivers did not attempt. I'm not sure if they are in the lobby. Gary Cronaway and Dustin Musil. Everybody else did complete a qualifying lap, so there shouldn't be any penalties to start off this one.
Looking at their time sessions, they did get an incident point, so they were not able to complete their attempts.
And with that being the case, they should not be penalized because they did attempt. So let's see if we can get a interview with our pole sitter as soon as he grids. He's currently hasn't grid, but we'll see if we're able to pull him in. Right now we're looking at Wade Hustad's vehicle. Here he is, Adam Blasio. Gonna pull him in. Hey Adam, this is the broadcast booth. Do you have a copy?
I do.
Well, sir, after a great finish last week, you start off New Hampshire with the pole. What are your thoughts going into tonight? 150 laps.
Couldn't hear you because Chad Knaus decided to talk over you. But if I think I know what you said, I'm looking forward to my home track. Went to the race yesterday and was inspired to win the race by Kevin Harvick, I guess. Should be a fun one. And as a little fun jab, this race should be 151 for that extra lap.
Yeah, that's true. Being 50%, we would be doing 150.5, but that's not really possible. But we just kept it even with 150. But
I'll round out, buddy.
good luck to you, sir, and we'll be watching.
Yeah, thank you. Have fun up there in the booth.
Thank you. And that was your pole sitter, Adam Blasio. As we're going to take a look through the starting grid, we have Adam Blasio, who we just spoke to on the pole. Wade Hustad is starting second. Caden Honeycutt starting third. Richard Lucky in that number 41 starts fourth. Anthony Burrows fifth. Mike Springer will be starting in the sixth position. Seventh is Spencer Tart. Eighth is Thomas Herman. Ninth is Chris James, and Taylor Butcher Benjamin is starting in 10th. We'll let that play out as the pace car is ducking off. We're getting ready to go racing here at New Hampshire. Adam Blasio with a great jump. Crossing the line. No problems there. Side by side for second is Caden Honeycutt looking to the inside of Wade Hustad.
Honeycutt's got a great run. He's going to get right off the turn, but Wade Hustad has the high side. He's going to get better jump off down the back straightaway. Blasio has a clear track ahead of him, heading into turn number 3.
Looks like Honeycutt will be able to clear him. Richard Lucky right behind Wade Hustad. He's going to look to make something happen. Going back in the pack a little bit, you have Thomas Herman in that 68. Chris James right behind him. Everybody seems to be single filed for the most part. We see John Theodore is making a pass on Bill Edwards in that 75.
Yeah, Theodore's trying to get
contact
right
there. 75, he's able to save it. Wow, what a move by Bill Edwards, able to save that. Looks like he just dove it in too high and got in the back end of that 38.
Definitely some great driving in that number 75, able to keep it out of the wall for now, or as far as I saw. Keeps his car clean till the end, I hope he will.
Going back up, we have pressure for the lead. Caden Honeycutt looking to the inside of that 25.
Honeycutt's got a great car under him, and with these fresh tires, he's looking to make as much ground up as he can, even though starting third.
Oh, Mike Springer looks like he's in the grass.
He's able to save it and keep it going green, but it's got to hurt him.
He's in that little road course part of the track, gets back on, looks like no damage done at all to his machine. Going back up to the lead, Caden Honeycutt dives to the inside entering turn 1.
He's got the 25 up the racetrack. Looking onto the inside, maybe he can try and get a little side draft with the 25, look to clear him out of turn 2.
That he does. Adams doing a great job defending off Caden Honeycutt. Going to be completing 5 laps here at New Hampshire of 150. Thank you for tuning in, everybody, to DRL TV.
Honeycutt's making a big dive into the turn. He's going to get the lead.
But that crossover, Adams going to look for that crossover. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to do it, though.
Caden Honeycutt to your race lead here on lap number 6. Through 3 and 4. Blasio trying to look for a move. Not able to do it. Honeycutt's going to be able to lead his first lap of the race.
Single file out of the front 6. We see Richard Lucky in that 41, currently in 4th. Started in 4th. I don't believe his brother Chris Lucky's in attendance tonight. Chris Lucky has multiple wins on this season. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to make it tonight.
Cut's looking to extend his lead. He ran not very much faster, but gap is slowly increasing.
As we see a battle there with Joseph Hell, he was able to pass Taylor Butcher Benjamin, taking over that top 10 spot. John Theodore right behind Taylor, looking to take away 11th.
Looking on the high side, gonna try and get the run off the turn to make a move into turn 1. Looking out, seems to stay in line, maybe trying to conserve tire wear, because that New Hampshire tires can be a big factor in a long green flag run.
Absolutely, on this hot track, the tires are going to matter as they get deep into a run. As you see John Theodore look to his inside, not much going for him. As you see, the top 2 drivers seem to be pulling away from the rest. We go back to 3rd place, Wade Hustad. He has a train of vehicles behind him. Richard Lucky is now looking to his inside behind him. We have the 62 of Anthony Burrows and the 28 of Spencer Tart.
Richard Lucky trying to make the move.
Ooh,
He's going to give a little bump.
Yes, he did. He's had enough of Wade trying to get around him. But that actually opened the door for Anthony Burrows and Spencer Tart. They're both going to get around him.
Probably was not the best move to do real early in the race, but since it is early, you can try and recover with some strategy or just right out driving speed.
Absolutely. So far, no harm, no foul doing that move. As we see the 88 diving to the inside of Chris James on that 82. He's able to make that pass for 8th.
James looking to the inside, but McKinley has a run off turn number 2. He's going to be able to clear him going into 3. Have seemed to settle down.
Burrows with a little bit of a wiggle there that opens up the 28 of Spencer Tart to his outside. Spencer Tart taking it high.
Looking on the outside, trying to get a run off of turn number 4. He's going to have the spot at the start-finish line out. Looks to have been clear as well.
Great pass there by Spencer Tart, moving him up to the 4th position.
Allowed Wade Hustad to pull away just a little, try and get some breather room and lay down some consistent laps, try and maybe go after de Blasio and Honeycutt.
Right behind them, Thomas Harmon's now putting pressure on the back end of the 41 of Richard Lucky. He's going to try to take that 6th position away.
Creeping into the picture as well is the 82 of Chris James and Logan McGanley. They're trying to get into a small train of cars, move their way up through the field after maybe starting farther towards the back than they would have liked.
Yeah, absolutely. 88 started in 11th, moved up a couple positions. Still a long way to go, not too concerning at this point. And Chris James himself started in 9th, who's currently 9th, so he hasn't net lost or gained any positions to this point.
Hanley's got a run, and Thomas Harmon had a little bit of an issue coming off of turn number 2. Hanley's going to throw it into the corner, ride that very bottom groove, wash up the track, and we have a caution.
Caution is out. It might be on the 75.
The 10 car of Gary.
The 10, yes. Let's see if we can see what happened. Looks like he just lost it coming off of turn 2. We'll see if we can see that one more time.
What
Yeah,
I'm seeing,
you can hear right there as he got on the gas, his wheels spun and he just turned into the inside. Luckily, he didn't hit anything though. No damage done to his machine. Bringing out the first caution of the race on lap 17.
definitely able to keep his hopes alive, so even if that he brought up the first caution to drop him back 5 positions to 19.
As Kenny Honeycutt leads him down the pit lane. We're going to watch the race off pit road here in this pit camera angle. As you see the vehicles entering the stalls now. Adam Blasio and Wade Husted perfectly executing their stopping points in this pit stall. As you see the left side tires go up. The race off pit road. Taylor Butcher Benjamin actually wins it off pit road.
Like a 2-tire stop from him. Trying to gamble a little bit, get some extra track position. This could work out for him if he's able to keep pace with the leader.
I believe Kenny Honeycutt might have sped. Possibly not. He gave up that position to Adam. It looked like he was slowing down, but he hasn't let anybody else by, so he might have actually been beat by Adam Blasio off the pit lane.
Yep, I'm going back and looking at the footage, and it does look like the 25 is just in front of Caden Honeycutt.
So, interesting pit strategy early in this race. Taylor Butcher Benjamin taking 2 tires. Going to give himself the lead and a bonus point for leading a lap. As the field is double stacked, we're going to get ready to go racing.
Definitely getting those bonus points, especially late in the season after the halfway point. It's going to be crucial to try to get every little point you can going into the playoffs. Are out on the pace car. It's going to make the hard left-hand turn. The first restart, everyone's kind of stacking up, getting ready. Green flag's out. Taylor Butcher Benjamin has a great launch out in front of de Blasio and Honeycutt. Honeycutt has the inside on the 25. He's going to throw it into turn 1.
Oh, he washed up the track a little bit, but no contact there. As the 25 should have a nice run coming off of turn 2. Little wiggle there by both of them.
They are heading in, driving it into turn number 3. High lane on the 25, trying to get his...
It might be 3 wide off the corner. Wow, 3 wide. Taylor Butcher Benjamin in the middle with those 2 tires. Wade Husted pushing Caden Honeycutt down the front straightaway.
Crazy intense battling. We are looking at 2 by 2.
3 wide again off the corner. Anthony Brewer is able to get by Taylor Butcher Benjamin. Now Logan's going to have to make his move. And the caution is out in the back.
It looks like to have involved the 27 and the 64 of John Mullins. Both have spun down onto the grass.
Let's see if we can see what happened here. We're going to skip ahead a little bit. Going into turn 1. It looks like both of them synchronized spinning off the corner. No contact at all. Just both of them spinning out at the same time.
The 0-2 of Joseph Health, he looked to have gotten a little bit of a wiggle too, was able to hold on to it. Was lucky for John Theodore because they were racing real close.
Let's see that again from a different angle. Both of them at the same time. Great job by both of them locking it down before they hit that inside wall. As Taylor Butcher Benjamin does come down pit road this time by. Looks like the 25, the 62, the 32 decided to stay out. Caden Honeycutt did come down to pit lane. I'm not sure if he had any damage.
Like he's able to win the race off pit road.
A 13.99 second stop for Caden Honeycutt wins him off pit lane.
As we enter lap 25, or 24, I mean, it was kind of like a strategy thing because we haven't had too many laps on their tires, so I can't see why maybe the 25 and the 62 have stayed out. But fuel could be a factor, and that's maybe why he decided to come down pit road.
Pace car lights are out. We're going to be going racing in about 3/4 of a mile as these guys make their way around this 1 mile track circuit.
Goodbye 2 once again, heading down the back stretch.
That was some great racing we saw in that restart. I think we're going to see it again throughout the rest of the night. These guys did a great job, able to race hard and keep it off each other. We know there's a tendency to wash up the track at a track especially like this with those braking zones, and there's no banking in these corners, so it's just completely flat. It's very easy to wash up on this track. Adam Bellagio leads him to the line. Great restart by him. Wade Husted looking to the inside of that 62 of Anthony Burrows.
Burrows going to get a great run through 1 and 2. Is going to have the run on the high side as well. Wade Husted drifting up a little bit. Caden Honeycutt a little farther back, trying to make it through. Looks like he was going to take it 3 wide, but decided to back out of it. He's going to have to take his patience and work through the field once more. But he has a fast car. He's up in the front, able to take it from the 25.
Looks like he's going to look to the inside of that 38. Try to make him move all the way onto the apron almost is Caden Honeycutt. Rich is lucky, he almost took it 3 wide, backed off a little. He's probably going to go with Caden Honeycutt to the inside here in 3.
Yeah, I mean, Honeycutt is going to try and do all he can to get by Mike Lemon. Looking down onto the inside, he's going to pull up to clear himself of the 38 as they head down the front stretch into turn number 1. Looks like Richard Lucky was not able to make a move on Mike Lemon, but Thomas Harmon right behind him is going to look to his quarter panel. Not able to do it as they enter turn 3.
Majority of the field single filed out. We see John Theodore in the 27 who just spun along with the 64 John Mullins. He's trying to climb his way back up as he's looking to the inside of that 12 of Mike Springer.
Moves are being made all across the racetrack. Double file racing going on up at front. Spencer Tart, Logan McGanley having some
little contact there. He's able to it looks like he actually has damage to his front. If we can take a closer look of yeah, Spencer Tart with a lot of damage there to his front.
The damage seeming to come from when Logan McGanley just kind of jumped up and just hit the wall. Spencer Tart didn't get on the brakes fast enough and just ran right to the back.
As you see there, there's actually not that much damage on the back end of 88. I'm not sure if he was even touched. But Wade Husted, on the other hand, he does have a little bit of contact on that left rear corner.
Caden Honeycutt right next to Spencer Tart. He's going to throw it into turn number 3, chasing down those leaders. Logan McGanley looking right in front of, seeing Wade Husted, who was battling with him previous to this restart.
Looking to take 4th away now is Caden Honeycutt. Might even get a 2-for-1 as Wade Hustad backed up there a little bit, but not so much as Caden Honeycutt should have position entering turn 3 on the 88. Looks like he'll be able to clear him. Caden Honeycutt doing a great job working his way through this traffic, restarting in the back after pitting, only a couple laps after the initial pit stop, coming with a quick caution as he might put the back bumper to the 32.
Yeah, but last time the back bumper was put to the 32, the 41 lost almost 3 positions due to it. I think he's going to try to get a run up to the turn, get it past going into, say, 1 or 3.
On board with Caden Honeycutt as they enter turn 1. Wade Hustad defending that inside line, forcing Caden Honeycutt to look to the outside. A little wiggle there by the 37. You see that steering wheel moving back and forth, trying to keep his car under him.
Trying to run
looking
under.
to the inside now.
Got a little bit of a move side by side as they exit turn number 4. He's going to slot right in behind, but jump out just as they get to 1. Wade Hustad's going to put a block on Caden Honeycutt. Logan McCanley right on their back bumpers, just in case one of them makes a mistake. He can capitalize on both of them.
To the inside is the 37. Entering turn 3. Wade Hustad going to try to get that run off the corner, but crossover move actually. 32 to the inside now.
McCanley was a quick brush at the wall, but Wade Hustad's going to jump right in behind Caden Honeycutt, maybe thinking it's a little bit too early to go race hard, as we are not even halfway through the race. Caden Honeycutt has made his way up to P3. Anthony Burrows just about a second in front of him.
Got a lot of action going on in the back. Sorry if I'm interrupting. The 75 tucking in now in front of the 8. That is the 12. John Theodore looking to the inside of Mike Springer. He's trying to take away that 13th position, 14th position, excuse me. Taylor Butcher Benjamin doing the same right in front of them, looking to pass Bill Edwards in that 75. He might be able to do it. Bill Edwards looking for that crossover, however, coming onto the front straightaway. They are side by side. Bill Edwards with the advantage. Oh, I'm sorry, I keep cutting you off.
Alright. We are synchronized on that, but Edwards made a great recovery after getting in contact with John Theodore early on. He's worked his way up into P12, but under pressure by Taylor Butcher Benjamin and John Theodore, as he is consistently trying to make passes on Mike Lemon. Or Mike Springer, my bad.
Going back up to 4th, we see Logan McCanley putting pressure on the 32 of Wade Hustad, trying to take that 4th position away. With all that nose damage, Spencer Tart is doing a great job holding 6th position from Chris James. Richard Lucky, Thomas Harmon right behind them, making out the top 9.
We have a battle for P number 2. Caden Honeycutt has been able to reel in Anthony Burrows. Is right on his back bumper as they head into turn 1. He's definitely got a fast car, and looks like Burrows may be struggling on getting older tires.
Yeah, there's about a 5-lap difference between tires. Caden Honeycutt's currently on a 17-lap run on these tires, and Anthony Burrows is 22. Make that 23 as they cross the line. 40 laps complete.
Yep. Tire difference showing itself early on as that group who pitted right after that last yellow maybe having a little bit more advantage than the drivers who stayed out.
field pretty single filed out for the most part. We see John Theodore looking to the inside of the 75 of Bill Edwards. That will be for the 13th position. Joseph Helt now looking to the inside of Mike Lemon, trying to take that top 10 position away. It looks like he will be able to do it. Move Joseph Helt up into 10th now. He's starting at 13th. John Theodore also made that pass, and Bill Edwards moving him up to 13th.
John Theodore's got his eyes set on the number 8 of Taylor Butcher Benjamin. His 8 kind of runs a little wide there.
While we were talking about them, Caden Honeycutt has moved himself up to 2nd now. He's 8/10 behind our leader, Adam de Blasio.
Last time by the stripe, Caden Honeycutt ran about a 10th faster than our leader. We'll be catching him sooner enough, maybe around 8 laps. Make that maybe around 2 to 8 laps, because Caden Honeycutt ran 3/10 faster that time by. He's cut the gap down from 8/10 to 5.
As you see Caden Honeycutt closing in, and now rear view Chase looking on board with Adam de Blasio. We see that red and white striped Caden Honeycutt as he dives it down in there in 1 and 2. Coming off the corner, Caden Honeycutt has a nice run.
Have so much more grip entering the turn. He's able to really throw it into the turn, but de Blasio has the run off, it seems. Cade does have some time to be gained.
At the stripe, Caden Honeycutt was a 10th quicker that time by, as he's really able to dive it down into turn 1 and 2.
Able to get that ground really early in the turn, but de Blasio able to slowly bring it back up as they get down the front and back stretch. I think Caden's going to try and get a run off the turn here, maybe look for a pass going into turn number 1. Not able to do it, but he's getting right on that seam to separate the first and second line. Getting right to the exit on the wall. See him desperately trying to work the wheel to get every 10th he can. He might put a bump to him.
Oh, he does.
As you're able to hold on to it. It might be a little bit more of a shove into this turn. He didn't get what he wanted. To the outside on the corner, not able to get there, but he'll have the run coming off of the turn.
Oh, wiggle there by the 37.
Not able. Lost a little bit of ground, but throwing it into turn number 3. He's going to try to get everything he can. Inches by inches.
Caden Honeycutt does race in real life. He races on a lot of short tracks, so he knows how to use that bumper for sure. He's going to have to use it here. New Hampshire is pretty much a one-lane racetrack. They don't have the sticky compound like they do in real life on the sim, so there's not as much help like they do in real life to make 2 lanes out of a track like this.
The PJ1 definitely makes a difference, and Caden Honeycutt knows how to use a bumper, especially in the ARCA Racing Series, which he currently competes in. He's got a paint scheme sporting right now for the patriotic side. He's right on the back bumper. He's not able to get loose. He's going to gain a bunch of time going into turn number 3.
Coming off turn 4 at the line, it's about a 1.5 tenths difference between the 2 drivers.
He's got him on the right back bumper. He's going to try and make something going into turn number 3. I just feel it's going to happen. Backs off a little bit. Toyota Camry right near back bumper of that number 25 Camaro.
Adam Blasio making a great job, great effort right now, not making any mistakes, keeping Kane Honeycutt in his mirror, not letting the pressure get to him.
New England native been able to keep a hold of the pressure from Caden Honeycutt. Definitely working on keeping his driving better.
I do see a car in front of them. He is maybe a straightaway in front of them. I don't think he's going to be that much of a factor shortly, but we're going to have to keep an eye on that lap traffic.
Yeah, the number 39 of Dustin Jones. I see a little bit of a front end damage on his car, so that may be why he's off the pace a little bit more than normal.
Honeycutt looking to the outside of the 25. Not quite able to do it.
Took de Blasio's line off a little. He had to take some evasive action. But Honeycutt has a third groove. He's going to dive it in, down into the turn, off an exit. Going to get right to his back bumper.
Going into turn 1. Close, but not enough for Kane Honeycutt. He's going to have to try it in here first.
Anthony Burroughs likes what he's seeing because even though he is a little bit behind, battling can always help reel him in if something like a bit of a touch or a wiggle comes from both drivers.
Gonna try to do it again, coming off the corner, try to get that huge run. Not quite able to do it.
Right on the back bumper though, he's gonna go all the way up into the 4th groove, the black high side. Arc it way down low, try to get as much speed. He's got to the inside, not enough. 8/100ths of a second separate them across the start-finish line.
Oh, he's got him on the inside now. It's going to be a battle off the corner. Honeycutt got a little loose.
Blasio also had a big run. Honeycutt gonna try and make a little bit of a bump. There's small contact. 25's holding on to it. Excellent battling by the two of them.
This is a great battle to watch. As we see, Anthony Burroughs is only a second now behind him. He's reeling him in ever so slightly.
This battle is definitely hurting their top overall lap times, but Anthony Burroughs just using it, keep his momentum steady. He'll be able to get back to the front pack or front 2 leaders shortly enough, keeping his tires in check.
I thought I saw the 88 hit the outside wall and spin, but it looks like he saved it as he's able to keep his 5th position. We're back to the battle between the 25 and the 37.
Hard to take your eyes off of this battle because they're going at it lap after lap. Something to catch a driver, but it's hard enough to pass him, especially at one groove lane like New Hampshire without a PJ1 compound applied to it.
They're running very identical lap times.
Blasio's 29.94 to Caden Honeycutt's 29.92.
Looking at the lap times, Richard Lucky is 2/10 faster than everybody on the track. As he's working the back end of the 88, he's going to try to take that 5th position away. Richard Lucky, 2/10 faster than the next fastest lap on the track. This guy, he's doing something right, whether it's saving his tires. He did not pit. He's on 40-lap old tires like the rest of them.
That's very impressive, but seems to have cut a little bit short when he got to the back bumper of Logan McGanley.
To the inside now.
He's going to have him cleared right here, going to move up the track. 88's going to look down underneath, try to pull a crossover, not able to do it. McGanley up in the 6th position. Richard Lucky got that spot.
That lap traffic is going to play a factor within a few laps of the 25 and the 37 of catching to the 39 of Dustin Jones.
They're battling so hard, that lap traffic will eventually come, and when it does, it'll really affect the flow of these leaders.
Caden Honeycutt not giving up, trying ever so hard at each and every lap to try to get by the 25, but Adam Blasio is just too good defending as they look to be able to get by that 39 without any issues. Dustin Jones doing a fantastic job staying low and out of the way of these two leaders battling it out.
He's definitely giving room. He is the first car lap down, so if a caution just happened to fly right now, he'll be able to get his lap back, which is a good thing for him. The next lap car is exiting 4 as we speak. They are just entering, so about 1 turn worth of a difference. That's all it's going to take to get to the next lap car from John Mullins. Making a big dive for the race lead. Blasio, excellent defending at his home racetrack. 39 had a little bit of wiggle in the back. To the inside, Caden Honeycutt, maybe a little bit of a door bang, side by side, going down the back straightaway. Caden Honeycutt has the advantage going into 3. He's going to drive it in hard. Blasio backs up the corner a little bit on the high side. He's going to have the run coming out of turn number 4. Not going to be enough. Caden Honeycutt's going to lead once more at New Hampshire. Closely raced. These two drivers are. Anthony Burrows slowly reeling them in, about 9/10 of a second at this stage. Was 8/10 last time. They were hard battling. Caden Honeycutt's now got his eyes in clean air, looking to make as much use of it as he can with the current downforce and rules package. This time by at the stripe looks to be about the same time for lap pace.
Great job of Caden Honeycutt, able to get by the 25. As we're reaching the halfway point here at the New Hampshire 150 for the DRL iRacing Cup Series. Anthony Burris hanging tough in third, about a half second. In front of him is the second place Adam de Blasio. Half second in front of him is the leader, Caden Honeycutt. We have to go almost a second and a half to find fourth place Wade Hustad in that number 32 all by himself. Then right behind him, the 41er Richard Lucky, currently fifth.
All the cars are spread out, but the front three seem to be right in each other's arm reaches. Burrows is slowly reeling in the number 25 de Blasio, just working his line. Caden Honeycutt's trying to pull away as best as he can, but his tires could be fading away after the intense battle that he just had with the number 25.
Green flag pit stop should be happening soon, almost 60 laps on these tires.
Definitely, it's going to come very shortly, if not soon, because these cars have had a great long flag race. My English slowly becomes worse.
Yeah, a little twist on that one there, huh? But this three-man battle for the lead is heating up well as we have to go all the way back to 13th place. As Spencer touched on pit road, as I was just speaking about Mike Springer. So green flag pit stops have begun. Spencer Tartt's on his way in pit road.
He might be a little fed up with the damage on his car as well, considering he gets a lot of front end. That could have worn the tires a bit more and cost him to use more fuel.
As you see, the leaders have passed him, so Spencer Tartt now one lap down.
4 fresh Goodyear Eagles and about 18 gallons of Sunoco race fuel. He's off and away. And
Caden Honeycutt widening the gap a little bit as Anthony Burris is now all over the back bumper of that 25. As the 25 got a little loose there. Great job saving it.
trying to use as much of the racetrack as he can to run on the 25. But as they continue to fight, Caden Honeycutt will pull away, lengthening his gap. It's kind of a catch-22. You want to try and go advance your position, or the 25 decides to pit as we're talking.
So does the 4, Jim Westerfield. As that's going on, we have a battle for the 8th position. Joseph Helt looking to the inside of Chris James as they cross the start-finish line.
He's got him in right on his quarter panel. Chris James is going to have the run of the turn. It's just Joseph Helt trying to get as much as he can into the turn. Not going to be able to clear him, but he'll have the advantage going into turn number 3.
Looks like he'll be able to clear him.
James looking to the inside, trying to get as much as he can. Not going to be enough. 0-2, up another position.
As you see, the 64 John Mullins in right in front of the 37 of Caden Honeycutt. John Mullins is not recently out of pit road. I'm sorry, I'm losing my words there. He's about to go one lap down. Taylor Butcher Benjamin entering his pit stall now on your screen.
Butcher Benjamin taking 4 tires, it looks like. Same as do most of the leaders. Going to get as much as he can, pull out of the stop. That looks like a fast one.
14.13 second time for Taylor Butcher Benjamin. That is the fastest so far in this green flag cycle, as John Mullins does go one lap down to the 37 of Caden Honeycutt.
It's not what Mullins really wanted to see, because once he does take his eventual pit stop, it's going to be harder for him to get any kind of ground made, as number 25 shows you the power of fresh tires. Zooms right around the 64 of John Mullins and is gaining a ton on Caden Honeycutt.
He just passed two cars in one corner.
I was about to say, he just had the drive off the turn, was able to get right around the 37.
Looking at lap times, de Blasio ran a 28.827 and Caden Honeycutt ran a 30.29. So that's about a second, almost a second and a half difference. Fresh tires to old.
That's just the eventual time when the 37 is going to pit. He has about 6 or 7 laps more in the tank, but they could have short pitted a little bit more to try and make it to the end on less fuel.
'88 and '82 are both on pit road now.
Both have gone a lap down, but that doesn't matter, because if things cycle out, they should be able to regain their positions on the lead lap around the 12th position. And it does look like Caden Honeycutt coming down pit road, taking the long front stretch, 45 miles an hour, looking for the 3rd pit slot. Most likely going to take 4 fresh tires and 2 cans of Sunoco Racing fuel.
That'll cycle lead to the 62 of Anthony Burrows as he crosses the line now.
He's got a bonus point. That's probably what he was after, because once he pulls down into pit road, will not be a leader anymore. Most likely will cycle around to be the number 25 as your race leader.
Wade Hustak completing his service. Thomas Harmon is about to complete his. As the majority of this field has pitted, we have 4 drivers, who have not. Anthony Burris, Richard Lucky, Bill Edwards, and Mike Springer, who just came into pit road, were the 4 drivers who have not pitted yet. As we see, Anthony Burris stuck down in the pit lane.
He's got his few bonus points. He's ready to get the car serviced and ready for the race once again, as Richard Lucky is going to inherit the lead and 1 bonus point. Bill Edwards about to be passed by the number 25, who is on the same lap as him. That was position. And now de Blasio just trying to work his line, wait for everyone to cycle through, and he'll end up being the race leader by almost 10 seconds to Caden Honeycutt.
See Chris James getting his position around the 41 and the 64. Thomas Harmon's actually in pit road for an extensive amount of time. Looking at him, he's 92 seconds and counting. Looking at a rear chase view, he does have a little bit of right side damage. And no damage in the back, so it must have just been right side damage to his machine.
Definitely unfortunate for him as he had.
Oh, Richard Lucky got loose. He's able to correct it though and keep it straight as the 02 is going to pass him on the outside. Richard Lucky going to be 70 laps on his tires at the line. He's definitely going to be pitting soon.
It does look like Thomas Harmon has gotten out of his car. Something might have happened to him to maybe retire from the session.
That is unfortunate. He was having a top 10 race all night long. As you see, everybody now right in front of the 41 getting by him. Taylor Butcher Benjamin is next in line to do that.
Bill Edwards coming in to complete his service. That just leaves Richard Lucky as one of the drivers, maybe the only driver who has not pitted yet in this cycle.
Looking at it, it is actually two drivers. Richard Lucky and John Mullins both have not pitted, and both of them actually nose to tail with each other. As they're going to be side by side, Theodore's going to have to take it 3 wide into 1.
Looks like the 41 is the one who sent it in the turn the most. He almost hit the outside wall. He's able to get it woed down.
Great job by all three of them avoiding any conflict there.
Mike Lemon in the 38 got them fresh tires behind the 41.
You can see in the picture, Adam Blasio, second place, is almost caught and passed Richard Lucky before Richard even made a pit stop.
I think Richard Lucky's strategy here, and probably what he has to go for now, because he's definitely committed to it, is a caution coming out. Because once that comes out, he'll be able to trap a few cars a lap down.
He's pitting.
Pull in the pit.
What I was going to say is he wouldn't have pinned a lot of cars as much as he could have. Only 14th on back is a lap down, whereas maybe 15 laps ago he could have had maybe 5th on back. But a good effort by him there. Hopefully he will be able to get a caution and cycle back with fresh tires before going a lap down. As you see Adam de Blasio coming off of turn 4 now.
That does leave Caden Honeycutt and Adam de Blasio as your two race leaders once more. Across the stripe. 7.1 seconds is the difference. Caden Honeycutt has been able to ride him in just a little bit, running about 3 to 4 tenths faster each lap. So he's coming in a hurry.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, I heard you earlier say Caden was about 10 seconds behind Adam, so that's a 3 seconds gained on him already in that short amount of time. I'm guessing by lap 120 he'll be at his back bumper.
Yeah, that math might seem to work out because he gained 3 tenths that time by. So he's definitely got a car to get through the field and maybe have a shot at winning the race if he's able to get by the 25.
Adam Blasio going to be taking 50 to go at the line. This time by coming off of turn 4.
The New England native definitely has got a handle on this racetrack, trying to win at his home track in the Dynasty Racing League Cup Series.
Looking for battles on the track, it looks like Joseph Helt and Spencer Tartt in a nice battle for 7th. Joseph looks to be easily able to pass him
tires. After that damage, it does not seem to have been his night, as 39 car was looking underneath him, even though he is a few laps down compared to Tart.
Don't really have that much in the way of battles on the track. John Theodore seems to be making a couple of positions as he's going to pass the 4 and take the 9th away. John Theodore is on 7-lap older tires, newer tires, excuse me, than that 4 of Jim Westerfield.
Going back through the field, things have really spaced out. Cars are just trying to run their line, keep clean, hoping not for a caution. Except for maybe I do feel like some people would benefit, like the number 41 of Richard Lucky, who is the first car lap down.
Yes, he is currently sitting 13th. He was able to get by that 12 of Mike Springer. He's going to need a caution to earn that lucky dog spot before that 25. Actually, he should be able to pass the 25 within 3 laps, so he won't even want a caution at this point. He's going to want to get by him and then hope for a caution.
Richard Lucky, last time by ran a 28.6, with the Blasio ran a 29.3. He's definitely got the car and the fresh tires to go after 25. It's just hoping not for a caution.
He's going to look to his outside coming off of turn 2. Side by side down the backstretch. He should have him entering 3.
Blasio holding that line close to the apron, letting the 41 go right around as he unlaps himself. Now he has his eyes set on the number 8 of Taylor Butcher Benjamin, who is shortly up ahead. About 2 seconds if I'm not wrong.
We have a battle going on for 10th now. Mike Lemon looking to pass the 4 of Jim Westerfield.
He's right on his quarter panel trying to do everything he can. Looks like Westerfield might have the run off the turn. Mike Lemon has the inside advantage going into turn 1 though.
Right behind them, we saw Richard Lucky get by the 8 of Taylor Butcher Benjamin. He's going to try to pass both the 4 and the 38. Looks like it's going to be under turn 3. He's going to be able to get the 4 on the backstretch, and he might be able to get Lemon through 3 and 4.
Does not look like he's close enough to get it on entry. Maybe on exit of turn number 4, as he dives right down to the bottom of the track. Not able to get it though. Going into 1, it does seem like he will be able to get through.
Mike Lemon goes way high.
38.
Caden Honeycutt's cut that lead to 2.5 seconds now. He's 0.3 faster still, looking at lap times.
I'll definitely be able to help him when coming up on the 25, which in the view you will be able to see a little of the 25 when looking at the 37.
Blasio is coming to pit lane.
There must be a problem, or he might not be able to make it on fuel, because I cannot see pitting this late into a run, especially with around 40 laps to go in the race.
Yeah, let's take a look at this pit stop, see if it's gas only or what his issue might be. He's taking right side tires. I wonder if this is going to be a 2-tire stop or if he's taking all 4. It looks like he's going to take all 4 actually.
That is crazy because pitting really late, now he has to just go all out. And it does look like there is a little wait. Might have a problem here.
29.70 time for Adam de Blasio.
That is an unfortunate turn of events, going from leading to around the 14th position, it seems to be.
That really opened the door for Caden Honeycutt. He has almost a 5-second lead over now second place Wade Husted. And then you'll have to go another 3 seconds back to get to the 62 of Anthony Burrows. 4th place we have started in 11th, currently up to 4th. Great run by him. And then 5th we have Chris James in that 82. Right behind him though, we have the 02 of Joseph Pell. He's going to look to take that 5th position as well. As we see Adam de Blasio in that picture on newer tires, he's going to be able to get by all of them. That is not for position at this point in time.
No, unfortunately, that number 25, who was having an excellent run here today, might have had a bit of a speeding penalty or something going on down pit road. Unfortunate turn of events for that number 25.
As there's a line of cars waiting for Caden Honeycutt to get around, he's going to be able to put the 12 of Mike Springer, in the 8 of Taylor Butch Benjamin 1 lap down soon.
He's definitely got his eyes set on them, trying to make it as easy as possible to not lose any time to Wade Husted, who I'd bet would sure like a win here at the Magic Mile. Caden Honeycutt making it 3 wide on the lap traffic. Seems to have backed out of it to try. Oh! He's
contact
sped.
with the 8 into the inside wall.
No caution. That is surprising.
Able to keep it going. However, he's going to lose a bunch of positions as Wade Husted is now the leader. Let's see if we can go back and see what exactly happened there. So we're going to go into the far chase view without a leader. You see Mike Springer slide up there, making a 3 wide on him. He's able to clear the 8 though. And it looks like on exit, the 37 just ran into the 8. Maybe he was expecting Taylor to go a little bit higher than what he did. As we take a look at it one more time. Yeah, I mean, the 8 did have a little more space, but the 37, he looked like he just used up a lot more of the track and ran into the 8.
Really surprised it did not bring out a caution. De Blasio on the back bumper of Caden Honeycutt with his fresh tires. Looks like our 2 main race leaders have each had their own problems towards the end of the race.
Taking a look at the 37, you see that little crinkle there on the left front. I'm not sure if that really hurt his car at all. As we take a look at Wade Husted, our new leader.
Surprising to see him up front, even though he's normally is very dominant. He didn't have the car today, but consistency, he was able to avoid the mistakes that Caden Honeycutt and the 34 29.25 is made. Spencer Tart is slow on the back straightaway. I wonder if something happened to him.
Let's see if we can see what happened. Into turns 1 and 2. Yeah, his engine blew up. You saw that puff of smoke there? His engine gave out.
Very unfortunate for the S2R machine with Spencer Tart.
As we're on board with him into turns 1 and 2, you can hear him downshift. He steps back on it and it just gave out. You see he made it down to pit road. And Adam Blasio is looking to take his lap back as he's under the 32 of Wade Hustad. I don't think it's going to be enough time for Adam to make it all the way back around the track, but going to be 25 to go this time by, excuse me, for the 32 of Wade Hustad.
Blasio really needs a yellow right now. A few incidents have happened which could have brought out a yellow, but the race officials thought it was alright to keep it green, which it will allow Wade Hustad to continue to lead the race, while Anthony Burrows second, Caden Honeycutt in the third position.
Burrows has cut it down to 1.1 seconds, but I'm not sure if it's going to be enough.
Burrows does seem to have a faster car than Wade Hustad, but circumstances have put the 32 out in front. It will be a very epic battle to see if they can, or the 62 could catch Wade. Looking at the timing and scoring sheet, it was about 9/10 of a second. Burrows was able to run about 1.5 tenths faster than Wade Hustad that time by, possibly because of the lap traffic that he's experiencing right now.
Burrows now 3/4 of a second behind Wade Hustad.
We'll see what Taylor Butcher Benjamin does. He does not seem to be moving out of the way, but 62 has a great run coming off the turn. He has to make a quick move to the inside to try to keep as much time as possible in between him and the 32.
Twenty laps to go here at New Hampshire. Only one caution so far this race.
Battle's going to start heating up as the two drivers reeling in each other. It does look like Wade Hustad was fastest that time by with 29.420 and compared to Burrows' 29.530.
Going back through the field, we see the 41 of Richard Lucky. Still behind Joseph Hell. That will be for 6th. Chris James right in front of him. That'll be for 5th. If he's able to make these 2 passes, Richard Lucky will be able to get a top 5 finish tonight. As you see, the lap car 39 kind of in the way of the 02. A little bit of a connection issue there.
Yep, there could be some lag going around the server.
Everything seems to have settled down for now, as Richard Lucky's looking to the inside of that 02. Might be able to make the pass. Oh, contact. What a save. Great job by Joseph Held making that save. Richard Lucky's next focus is Chris James for that top 5 position.
Got to get around the number 39 of Dustin Jones, though, who does seem to be trying to put up a little fight.
Going back to our lead, Anthony Burris has closed the gap to 3.5 tenths of a second. 4 tenths of a second makes that, as he lost a little there on exit.
So we are coming closer and closer to the 10 lap to go mark. Wade Hustad slowly seeing that number 62 reel in his mirror, getting larger and larger. I noticed has been shifting through the turns. That could try and get him some more speed compared to Wade Hustad down the front straightaway. Burrows sending it hard through into the turn, trying to get as much as he can into Wade Hustad. The lead. Down to around 3 tenths of a second. He is right there with 10 laps to go this time by. Up the racetrack they both go, but Burrows able to cut down into the turn. Seems to have gotten a little bit of a weeble wobble going out of turn 2. Just under 2 tenths of a second. Both of these drivers must be putting it all into their cars right now, trying to get every tenth, every hundredth out of it. Their tires have lost a lot of grip compared to their last stop. They're still trying to use it just like they have just pitted. Lap traffic with number 12 of Mike Springer may play a factor in this race, considering he might not want to go a lap down.
Burris is running out of time.
Yep, time is dwindling for the number 62. He sees the lap counter going up. But at the same time, we see the number 32 car coming closer and closer in his front windshield. Doing all he can. 32 has gotten a little bit loose. That helps the 62. going to try to send it into the turn. Wade Hustad does the same. That lap traffic in the 12. Wade's able to clear him as Burrows is not. Springer backs out of it, letting the two drivers race for the win. 2.281 is the gap between Anthony Burrows and Wade Hustad. Lap traffic has helped Wade a little bit more than it did Burrows.
Going to be 5 to go at the line.
5 laps to go. This time by, as James Pandolf has said, Burrows going as high as he can, trying to use as much of that track to get all the speed through the turn. Doing everything he can or think of to try and gain time on the 32. Perfected their techniques over 146 total laps so far, and it all comes down to this. Slowly reel them in there. A little wiggle. That's going to help Wade Hustad a ton. Anthony Burrows got really loose and out of the groove there. It's going to hurt his chances a lot. 3 laps to go, this time by. .5 of a second is now the gap.
Mike Lemon in front of 32. He's going to hopefully not play a factor in this finish. As we see Wade Hustad is going to look to his inside, try to get around him as quickly as he can. It's going to be 2 to go at the line.
Mike Lemon pulling off to the side, letting the two drivers battle it hard out. Wade Hustad has run a consistent race all day, qualified second position, and now with 1.5 laps to go, looking at winning at New Hampshire. It does not seem like the 22 is going to play a factor of Dustin Musial.
Final lap this time by Wade Hustad, looking to pick up another victory this season.
Through turns 1 and 2, down the backstretch for the final time. Anthony Burrows doing everything he can. Dustin Musial up into the outside wall. He's not going to play a factor. Out of turn number 3 and 4, Wade Hustad's going to take the checkered flag at New Hampshire for another win on the season.
What a race. Great job by Wade Hustad, able to pick up the win. Anthony Burrows is going to finish second, and Caden Honeycutt, who looked like he would have had this in the bag, comes home third.
Logan McCanley comes out fourth. Richard Lucky has rallied back to a P5 finish. Joseph Helt and in sixth, and Adam de Blasio, after that late race pit stop, comes home P7.
What a burnout there by Wade Hustad. Winner here tonight. Let's see if we can pull him in for an interview. Hey, Wade Hustad. This is James Fandoff in the booth. Do you have a coffee?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, well, man, what a race. Able to fend off Anthony Burrows, who looked like if he had a couple more laps, he might have had a chance at you there. But little luck on your side, as both Adam de Blasio and Caden Honeycutt had some errors, and you came home a winner tonight.
Yeah, I want to say, we got pretty lucky. In the grand scheme of things, I was really hoping for long runs tonight. for some reason, I don't know how to really drive this car in the aero package. It seems like these guys could really get the car pushed in the corner and rotate a little bit better than me tonight. But after about 40 laps, it would kind of come in and we could reel them in a little bit. But overall, I'll take a lucky win. It was tough to see Adam have that bad luck there. I don't know if he pitted too soon and needed to get fuel. And then that bad luck with Caden, I don't know what happened, but he was on the infield, and I knew that I could lift. I had to keep going as Anthony was chasing us down. So I knew I just had to stay in front of Anthony, and he was catching us, but we maintained that 5 second or 5/10 of a second gap between there in the last 20 laps, and that's all we really need to do to seal the deal tonight.
Yeah, definitely a lucky call. Caden Honeycutt had some problem with some lap traffic and spun down to the inside grass. How was it defending against Anthony Burrows in that closing last 10 laps?
Whenever you see number 62 in your rearview mirror and coming, you really have to pay attention and focus. I mean, there's no time really to chat with anybody. I was just seeing where he was running just to try to put a little air on the front end of his car. Couldn't really do too much. It seemed like here it wasn't too aero dependent tonight. But other than that, seeing him coming, I knew I had to be up on top of that wheel tonight. So give it about 20 more laps, it would probably have been more interesting.
Definitely. So, anyone you would like to thank here tonight on DRL TV?
Yeah, I want to thank you guys in the booth for doing what you do. I know it's dedication to broadcast week in, week out, not just one series, but 3. So thank you, Dynasty Racing League, JP. What you guys do as a whole is great. I really do appreciate it. Just want to thank, Anthony, Logan, Richard, Joe, Adam, Caden, Spencer, Tom. Those guys are always a pleasure to race with. And if it wasn't for those guys, this league probably be pretty boring. So it's good to have them on board.
Well said here tonight. Congratulations again on your win. Doing some lovely burnouts here. Hope to see you again next week and try and get another win.
Sounds good. Thank you, man. I do appreciate it.
Alright, let's put Tom's Wade Husted back into his channel as we're going to pull in our second place finisher, Anthony Burrows. If we can find him, let's see what he has to say. If I can get him in here, let's see what he has to say. Anthony Burrows, this is broadcast booth. Do you have a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Well, man, it looks like if you had maybe 4 more laps, you might have something for Wade Husted. What were your thoughts as you were chasing him down with 10 to go?
Yeah, it's like I closed him from about 3 seconds back, but once I got to about a half second behind him, it was really hard to gain time. I kind of used my tires up, just trying to get up there. Yeah, as you can see, I was pushed as hard as I could. I think it was like 4 laps to go or something. I almost spun it. So, yeah, I was just giving it my all the last couple laps, but just couldn't quite get up to him.
Yeah, definitely the car to beat. Really fast there on that long run. If you weren't spinning there and it was coming down to maybe the last lap and you were right close about 1/10 as it got down to, what would you have done to try and get around him for the win?
I'm not the biggest fan of moving people out of the way, but I might have given him a little bump or something because, I mean, it's for the win. So, yeah, if it came down to it, I think I might have bumped him, but I wouldn't have completely taken him out.
Anyone you would like to thank here tonight on DRL TV for you finishing second place?
I mean, thank you guys for putting on the broadcast. First, thanks everyone who watched tonight, and yeah, thank you everyone who raced clean tonight. It's a pretty clean race from what I saw, so yeah, I had a lot of fun.
Alrighty, Anthony. Well, congrats on second place. Continuing a great season, and we'll see you next week.
All right, thank you.
That's Anthony Burrows. Let's see if we can pull in Caden Honeycutt, third place finisher here tonight. See what he has to say. Hey, Caden Honeycutt, this is the broadcast booth. You have a copy?
What's up, James? I got it.
Well, sir, it looked like you had it all but in the bag, and then a little incident there off too. Walk us through what happened.
Well, I was under Mike and Taylor there, and I backed out so I wouldn't interfere because I had a big gap. And when I backed out, so did Taylor, and I didn't hear my spotter, and I didn't see him. Like, I have my triple screen, I couldn't even see him to the outside. That's, I guess, how far up he was or something. And I didn't hear the spotter say anything, so I just came up and ran next to the wall, and I just ran straight into him. It was totally my fault, but I didn't see him at all, and the spotter didn't say nothing, so it's kind of really unfortunate. But yeah.
Very frustrating indeed, but you were lucky enough to come home with a third place finish. Alexander, do you have anything for him?
Well, Caden, you had the car to beat. Unfortunately, as you said, you got into that lap traffic. Is there anything you could have tried to do to make your way back up to the leaders if, say, something like that happened and you had a bit more time?
No, my tires were wearing out after that because I stood on the brakes just trying to keep it straight, and there was no way I was going to be able to catch them back. They were like 5 or 6 seconds ahead of me with only 40 laps left, and they were pulling away from me. Not to mention I got more damage out of that, so the car didn't handle any better. But that was just really unfortunate. But man, I don't think I can make the playoffs anymore after missing Kentucky and losing this race. I mean, I got I guess bonus points for leading laps. I don't know if that's a thing or not, but yeah, I don't think I'll make the playoffs, which is kind of unfortunate, but it's the way it rolls sometimes.
Yeah, it'll definitely come down to the wire to see if you do make the playoffs or not. But if you don't, then you can definitely be a great spoiler in taking away those wins. You're very fast each and every week, and we're looking forward to seeing you throughout the rest of the season. Do you have any shout-outs you'd like to give?
Actually, thank you to Alexander for making the paint scheme. Not sure if it showed up for y'all, but it was appreciate him making that paint for me and everyone for coming out tonight. Probably won't be able to make the race tomorrow because I didn't send the entry form in, but if not, I'll be able to race tomorrow. If not, I'll be here at Pocono next week, and I hope to see everyone there.
Well, you're definitely welcome for that paint scheme.
Yep. Thank you.
Alrighty, Caden. Thank you for speaking to us. It's unfortunate that happened to you, but you're in great spirits and get to celebrate a top 3 finish tonight. See you next week, if not 2 weeks from now at Pocono.
Oh yeah, I'll see y'all guys next time. Thanks, dude.
That was Caden Honeycutt finishing in 3rd tonight. I would have liked to pull in Adam Blasio. Let's see if we can get a quick word with him, see what exactly happened there. If he had to pit due to fuel, if that was unscheduled.
This is my...
Hey, Adam Blasio, this is broadcast booth. Do you have a copy?
Yep, I do.
Well, we just had a quick question for you.
Yes. I knew this was coming.
You had a lead, and we thought you could have made it on the fuel, but then you had an unscheduled stop, and the stop lasted about 30 seconds. What exactly happened there?
Well, first of all, under that first caution, this dum-dum forgot to fill it full, so I was forced to pit on lap 80, which I was looking at my fuel, and I was 1 or 2 laps short, so I decided to pit with 40 to go, and I decided to speed on pit road as well. So I see that 18 seconds behind, and if you subtract 15 seconds, that's 3 seconds behind and in 3rd place, so that's how I see it. But, man, I shot myself in the foot twice. Had to make sure that the foot was shot to death, so, yeah, decided to speed.
Well, that is very unfortunate. You had a great car tonight. You had a fantastic battle with Caden Honeycutt early in the race. You were able to hold him off for a very long time. Talk to us about that battle. How were you able to stay so calm, knowing the 37 was so fast and right behind you?
Just trust that he wasn't gonna move me out of the way. Caden, I've raced Caden very cleanly in races past, and I kind of expected the same. And he gave me a couple bumps in the beginning, and then he was very, very, very clean. So I just was like, all right, hit my marks, and I know I kind of struggle with forward bite off from corners here, especially off from 4. So I really focused on getting the run off so he didn't get the run on me. I made a few mistakes, and ultimately the runoff got allowed him to get beside me and by me. But the low line is actually, in my opinion, the preferred groove. The low line as in the lowest line of the 7 degrees banking, not the 2 degrees on the very low bottom. But I love finding lines that aren't traditional, that are fast. Like, I know the 3rd lane is usually the fast lane here. But definitely had fun racing with Caden. Hats off to him. Racing clean and racing hard. Too bad we both shot ourselves in the foot somehow, I guess. All of a sudden I saw him in 3rd place, and I have no idea what happened. But it was a definitely fun race. It's my home track. Unfortunately, we only come here once a year, and I can't make up for making 2 big mistakes. But I had fun. I had a nice drag race to a finish line with the O2. Thought I had him, but he had the outside lane. But yeah, fun race. Hope you guys enjoyed the battle Caden and I had, and hope you guys enjoyed the race overall up in the broadcast booth.
Alexander, do you have anything for Adam before we let him go?
Well, even though it was your home race and you messed up, you had a very great run. I congratulate you on running so well at your home track, because I know for me, I would probably crash if I ever raced at my home track here. So hats off to you. Congratulations on making your way up to 7th. That was very great to watch, even though you did have some problems. Is there anyone you'd like to thank for finishing P7 tonight?
Gotta fire the driver first of all. But I want to thank JP for running the league, and JP and you, Alex, for broadcasting the race. I'll watch the broadcast and kick myself for making the mistake after watching it for a second time, living through it again. I want to thank Theodore for suggesting this league in the winter back to give me an intro to the league, and I decided to ultimately move over a little bit late in the season. But I've had fun my 4 races that I've done, I think. But yeah, fun race. Too bad Dum Dum made a bad decision to begin the snowball effect.
Well, I hope to be seeing you next week on the track. It was a shame that my wheel had some issues, so I couldn't be out there on track tonight. But great run tonight, and I hope to see you next week.
Yeah, thank you. See you in Pocono.
All right, Adam. Well, have a great night, sir, and we hope that your transition to this league was a great one, and that it's well worth it to you, and we hope to see you throughout the rest of the season.
Yeah, I want to get that first win. Really badly.
Yeah,
absolutely. And if you show the speed like you had tonight, minus the mistakes, I'm sure you'll be getting one, if not multiple, very soon.
Yeah, hopefully. Thank you.
Yep, have a great night. And that was Adam Blasio finishing 7th. Let's take a look at our unofficial results, as we have Wade Hustad winning tonight, leading 33 laps. Anthony Burrow, finishing 2nd, leading 3 laps. Caden Honeycutt leading 36 laps tonight. Had a pretty good shot at winning, ended up in contact with a lap vehicle, able to keep it off the wall and bounced back and finished third. Great job by him. The 88 finishes in fourth, Logan McNally. Fifth place is Richard Lucky, leading 7 laps. Joseph Helton, the 02, finishes in sixth. Adam de Blasio leading the most laps tonight. We just spoke with him. 69 laps led, finishing in seventh. Chris James, 8th. John Theodore, 9th. And Mike Lemon finishes top 10. 11th place goes to Mike Springer. Jim Westerfield finishes in 12th. Bill Edwards in the 75, 13th place. Taylor Butcher Benjamin leading 2 laps tonight, finishes in 14th. Dustin Musso 15th. John Mullen 16th. Dustin Jones rounds out 17th. Spencer Tarr 18th. Thomas Herman, who had some issues early, finishes 19th. And Gary Cronenware finishes the 20th. Taking a quick look at our point standings prior to tonight. Thomas Hartman was our points leader with 3 wins on the season. Wade Hustad now has 5 wins on the season. Great season for him, the defending series champion. 5 wins already, 20 of 36 races in the season. Chris Lucky, who could not attend tonight, has 3 wins on the season. Logan McNally has 3 wins on the season. Anthony Burrows has 4, and Caden Honeycutt is the other driver with a win this season. He has 1. Taylor Butcher Benjamin leads them all with no wins. He's currently 4th in the points. Joseph Helt 5th. Richard Lucky 6th. Jim Westerfield, Mike Springer, Spencer Tart, and John Theodore rounds out the top 10. Taking a look at the next race in the DRL iRacing Cup Series is at Pocono on Monday, July 29th at 9:30 p.m. Eastern for 80 laps on the 2.5-mile Tricky Triangle. The next race on DRL TV will be tomorrow night for the New Hampshire 130 for the DRL iRacing Grand National Series. Tune in for that 130-lap race at 9:30 p.m. Eastern. Thank you to everybody that makes this league what it is today. Thank you to James Fandoff, the owner of the league, James Fandoff, for financial support. Graphics, thank you to Martin Wenzel and Jordan Gonzalez for doing all the graphics you see here on the broadcast, Facebook, website. All of them belong to them. They do a great job on them. Thank you to the technical support of Jordan Gonzalez and Martin Wenzel, James Fandoff for marketing. Broadcast, thank you to everybody that broadcasts on DRL TV, David Warburn Jr., Taylor Butcher Benjamin, Martin Wenzel, Getty Buckner, James Fandoff. Ryan Branch did the Cup Series earlier this year. Thank you to our special guests we've had recently, Spencer Tart. Thank you tonight, Alexander Russell. You did a great job, and hope to have you again. Thank you to Mike Springer, who has guest with us, and David Wright as well. Race control, thank you to all the race controllers, Martin Wenzel, Getty Buckner, James Pandoff, Robbie Armstrong, Dakota Wilkins, Ryan Hesgard, Jeremy Hebel, Richard Springer, and Eric Weatherholtz. Thank you to administration in the league, James Pandoff, Getty Buckner, Martin Wenzel, Ryan Branch, and David Wood Jr. I believe that covers most of it. Our winner tonight was Wade Hustad. Alexander, what is your final thoughts tonight?
I guess my final thoughts are that it was a very great race, even though there were some very low points. There were some great battles involving Caden Honeycutt, Adam de Blasio, and then there was another one with Wade Hustad and Anthony Burrows. Everyone out there did a great job tonight with only 1 caution. It was really great to watch a lot of green flag runs tonight.
Absolutely. Like you said, 1 caution here tonight. This series has been running great each and every week as we're nearing the playoffs. Looking forward to seeing what happens in the next 6 races leading up to the playoffs. Stay tuned, as we'll see you next week at Pocono for 80 laps. Thank you all for watching. This has been a broadcast on DRL TV. See you tomorrow night for the New Hampshire 130 for the Grand National Series. Thank you and have a great night.